In today's episode, this one's going to be crazy. This concept I call the Entrepreneur GPA. So, how does a person that is an entrepreneur begin to grade themselves? You know, in school it was about grades. When you got older, it was about credit scores. But what is the grading scale for an entrepreneur to know whether they are succeeding, winning, passing, or failing, and how do they improve it? I'll teach you that in today's episode. I'm on a mission to teach coaches and entrepreneurs how to make more, work less, hire their funnel, and let the funnel do the work. If you're ready, join me on Monetize with Marcus podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Monetize with Marcus. I'm your host, Marcus Warroja. Who else would it be with a name like Monetize with Marcus? Who were you expecting? But so in today's episode, we're going to unpack this whole concept that I recently created. I had a chance to come on, what is it called? Social Proof, right? No, it wasn't Social Proof Podcast. What is the thing? The Morning Meetup. That's what it's called. My good friend David Shands, if you haven't checked out his podcast, Social Proof Podcast, it's in the top 10. He's phenomenal. Donnie Wiggins and what they're doing. But he gave me a chance to come on the Morning Meetup. Every morning, entrepreneurs meet around the world at 8 a.m. He had almost 600, 700 entrepreneurs on there at 8 in the morning. So he had me come on, and we were talking about mindset. So I came up with this concept that I call the Entrepreneur GPA to be able to really show levels or grading scales for entrepreneurs that deals with all of it. It deals with mindset, not making money, not business. I'm talking about, you always hear me say you can't build a business bigger than you build yourself. So the whole concept is around stress levels and habits and all the internal work that grows a company. And it got so crazy. We did one, and he was like, bro, you got to come back and finish it. So I ended up coming on twice. And I said, you know, what's one of the best things that I could tell you in today's podcast? That. And I'll do you an injustice. I was on there for an hour, 2 weeks in a row. This episode is going to probably be less than 10 minutes. So I'm going to unpack this concept of the Entrepreneur GPA over a few episodes. So whether you're riding in your car, at work, running on the treadmill, or you're ignoring your girlfriend or boyfriend and pretending you're listening but your AirPods are on, you're going to want to be able to check this out, okay? So the Entrepreneur GPA, and here's what GPA stands for. I'm going to give it to you. Goals, paper, and action. Goals, paper, action, goals. We all have financial goals, monetary goals, weight loss goals, but in this case, whatever your goal for life is, I want to break this down for you. Like, how do you set those? And then paper, you know, I don't know where you're from. You might be from suburbia. You might not know. You might say money. Some say Skrilla, some say ducat, some say looped, some say money, some say cabbage, Benjamins, change, bread, or run me my money, whatever you call it. In this case, we're going to refer to it as paper. And the last is action. And I started talking about how all three, I really think for an entrepreneur to really grow and excel in business, all three has to be aligned. Most people start with action. They just start doing activity, posting content, creating content, building a business without setting a clear goal. And the best way I can say it to you, you know, a action without a goal is just an attempt to just do activity, right? You just feel good about movement, but how do you know when you've arrived? How do you know what you're fighting towards, moving towards without a clear goal? So goals, paper, action. But let's get into the grading scale. I start talking about these F students, right? This is the grading scale, these F students. F students, and the premise of this whole thing are those that I refer to as habit addicts. I believe an entrepreneur who cannot manage, change, or adjust their habits is a failing entrepreneur. Like, you're getting an F. I'm talking about big F on the paper. Do not pass go. Do not collect a paycheck. An F. You don't run your business. You don't run your life. Your habits do. So it's only when you can monitor, adjust, change, and alter your habits can you really see progress in your life and progress in your business. So let's use an example. If the habit you had as an employee is to always show up late, your habit as an entrepreneur is to always do things at the last minute. So let's say you're trying to do a webinar. Let's say you need to have an admin day. Let's say you need to file your taxes. Let's say you need to hire an employee or send back to let's say a client some information. You're going to always be late doing that because the habit you created is going to transfer itself into business and you won't be able to scale or grow because you cannot even hire an employee to manage something when you've built a business that supports your habits. So your employees are like, hey, I need that document so I can go ahead and send this out. But your habit is you wing it. You like there is no plan. Like you're one of those people that I'm an inspirational person. I like to flow by the seat of my pants, and I just like to flow. That works as long as it's you. But your habit's going to keep you from scaling because you cannot bring new people into your business. You cannot allow the business to grow. You can't sell it. You can't scale it. You can't put anything in place. So when we start talking about habit addicts, here's the best way to word it. Most habit addicts that are entrepreneurs will do anything. I'm talking about even at the risk of money to get a hit of their habit. What's it? So normally your habit is one of those things that satisfy you. Let's say you like sleeping in. Well, it's cool. It depends on who you are. But is that habit and the things that you do, whether you push meetings back where you can get more done in a day, is getting ahead of that habit more important than being able to grow and sustain your business? If it is, it's not your marketing, it's not your sales, it's not your ads, it's your habits that's hurting your bottom line. So I would say for any person, you should frequently, often monitor the habits that need to change. So let's use myself. I'm hyper creative and I can get a whole lot done. I'm trying to learn now that I'm moving from this entrepreneur role to CEO role. What habits did I embrace as an entrepreneur that needs to change as the CEO of my company? Because I want to hire more people. I want to do less, make more, and scale and grow my company by allowing people to be effective. So I need to set vision, set the tone, really focus more attention on standard operating procedures to be able to empower each person. So how do I do that if I'm used to being the only one that knows how to do it? If I'm used to micromanaging each part of it? If I don't trust my sales team, if I don't trust my VAs, if I don't trust my editors, my videographer, and if I don't tell them in advance, hey, here's where we're going for the month. Every company needs to have a focal point, AKA a goal. That goal accomplishes paper. And from our income goal of paper, that determines what action we take. So if I say our goal is to sell 1,000 courses, 1,000 courses will make us blank amount of money. That's the paper. And here's the action we need to take. We need this many videos, this much marketing, this much ads, this much in strategy, this many funnels. These are the webinars. So it guides all of it. But it can't happen if my habit is to just flow. Like no structure, no mapping it out. Be honest with me. I just did this in my mentorship call. I asked the people that I mentor, I said, how many of you from 1 week to the next or 1 month to the next don't know what you're doing next in your company? Most of them said they didn't. That means their habit is to just, in spontaneity, do things for their business. But, you're probably not going to like this. No person has ever won a gold medal on accident. No person's ever won an NBA championship on accident. So you're not going to grow a company on accident. It has to start with the GPA. It's the goal. It's the goal. Then there's the paper, whether that's the championship, whatever that is for you, that mile marker, and then the action that follows behind it. So I just want to give you that framework in today's episode and give you that F student. If you truly are a habit addict, one that is addicted to getting high off your own supply, that your habit of procrastination or whatever it is the thing that's hurting your bottom line and business income, you're putting things off. I wanted to kind of give you the framework of it. And in this next episode, I'll unpack more what I refer to as D students and C students and all that stuff, so you really get more context. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, but most importantly, I hope that you change and stop getting high off your habits. I'll see you in the next episode.